All right, in this video, we are going to work the following problem. That's 4.26 from our book. All right, this is about tossing a dime 3 times. It says a balanced dime is tossed 3 times. The possible outcomes can be represented as follows in this little table here. All right, and so now we want to calculate some probabilities. All right, so problem in part A, they want to know what is the probability that exactly 2 of the 3 tosses come up heads. All right, so what I'm going to do is go through and circle all of those. So 2 heads here, 2 heads here, 2 heads here, and it looks like that is it. So then the probability, right, of that is going to be the number of possibility outcomes in my event. So there's 3, right, in my event, and then divide that by the number in the sample space. There's 8 total here, right? So the answer for part A would be 3/8. All right, part B, they want to know that what is the probability that the last 2 tosses come up tails. So it ends in TT. All right, so we're going to count those up, right? So we can see there's 1 here, 1 here, and that is it. So there's only 2 ways that that can happen, right? So the number of outcomes in the event, right, that the last 2 tosses come up tails are 2 things, right? And then the number of elements in the sample space is 8. And that's a pretty sad looking 8 over here, so let's redraw that. All right, part C. Part C says all 3 tosses come up the same. All right, so either all heads or all tails. So if I look here, all heads, all tails, and that's it, right? There's only 2 ways that that can happen. And so the probability that all 3 tosses come up the same is 2, because that's the number in our sample space, divided by 8, or 2 elements in our event, right, divided by the 8 things in our sample space, the 8 possibilities. All right, part D says, what is the probability that the second toss comes up heads? Right, so H in the second position. So both of these and both of these, right? And that's it. So there are 4 outcomes in our event, right? So that would go on top, 4. And then I divide by the number of elements in the sample space, which is 8. Okay? And that is it on this example.